So you want to be productive, no more wasting time. You want to work smarter, not harder. You've heard it, but how do you do it? Find out how in this video. Who doesn't get distracted? I'm thirsty. Message. I'm hungry. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Real Chat, all of the distraction. And then you gotta use the bathroom sometimes. You find ways to not be productive, which incorporates procrastination, which I'm gonna talk about. But let's start with 10 easy steps on how to be productive and not waste time. Speaking from somebody who consistently has about every month about 7 to 5, give or take, consistent streams of income. And I'm able to do that without really being stressed and feeling really focused and balanced and having peace all at the same time and actually loving it. So I use these 10 easy steps and it helps to keep me on track and keeping my sanity. These, as much as they're steps, they're kind of like rules you want to stick by. Rule number 1, turn off your distractions. TV, the phone, all those things that are gonna, if they make a beep or if they make a message, they're gonna get your attention. The only noise that you really can get away with without being distracting is music. You can listen to music. I'm huge on music, and it's a certain kind of music. Now, if I listen to like some Rihanna or something, I'm gonna wanna dance, it's gonna get me in another place. But when I'm trying to be productive, depending on what I'm doing, I need to play the right type of music, and you need to play the right type of music that helps you stay in what you're doing and not get up off your chair and start dancing, okay? So music that sets the mood, the atmosphere of what you're doing. If you're cleaning, you can dance, but if you're studying, reading, typing, whatever, calm music. Music that is good for your atmosphere. All right, so turning off all those other distractions, no messages, no text messages, any of that jazz, turn it off. I know what you're thinking. I'm expecting an emergency phone call from somebody. Well, I'm just waiting for this phone call, whatever it is. Whoever you're waiting to hear from that happens to be emergency that you need to be waiting for while you're trying to be productive, put them on a special ringtone. If you're waiting for your daughter, whoever it is, make a special ringtone for that person so that's the only sound you're going to respond to, whether it be job, work, cousin, auntie, whatever it is. Put them on a special ringtone. That's the only noise you're gonna answer to. Rule 2, make a plan and check yourself. All right, so make a plan. You're gonna do something. You're gonna sit down and you're going to get this project going, right? For example, you're gonna make a plan. I'm gonna work on this project. I'm gonna type up this draft for about an hour. Realistically, it might take you an hour and a half. So check yourself. How long is it really going to take you to accomplish that goal? Set realistic times on how long it's gonna take you. If you know something's gonna take you 3 hours, don't give yourself an hour to do it, okay? And create buffer times to get something to drink or have to use the bathroom, because you don't want to be stressed because you're on a time limit, okay? If you don't have a watch, set a timer so that you're not checking your phone to see what time it is and then you end up checking a text message or an email, blase, and all that jazz. Rule 4. Nope. Rule 3. I don't know how to count. Rule 3. Be a child again. You, as a child, were told you need to do something until you finish it. So why, as an adult, you all of a sudden don't use that rule anymore? You stop doing things. You just get up and do what you want. I get it. You're exercising your right as an adult to do whatever you want. But when you want to be productive, you need to treat yourself like a child again. So sit down and complete it until you're done. Just as if somebody, an adult, a parent, a teacher were standing over you or making sure you get it done just like a child. Do that to yourself. Check yourself. And just like a child, they get recess or they get a reward. Do the same thing for yourself. Like, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna do this. When I complete it, I get to have my lunch. I get to have that drink. I get to finally text someone I've been trying to tell something to. Sit down, do it. Once you've completed it, reward yourself with a small increment of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, and then get back to the next thing. That text is like your little kid lollipop. You earned it. You can do it. Step 4, or rule number 4, the 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule is 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. That's why sometimes we feel like we're doing a lot, but not getting a lot done. Think about the 80-20 rule. Rule number 5, what do you hate the most? That's what you're gonna do first, because that's what's gonna stay on your mind. That's what you're gonna continue to think about. That's the one that's gonna be haunting you until you get it done. What I like to call the eat your vegetables first situation. Just eat your vegetables, then you get to have that chicken, that fish, that good stuff later, all right? Just eat them first, get it done. Rule number 6, write it out. And that is called brain dump. Dump out everything that's on your to-do list. It's a busy day. You have to go to work, you need to write out some things, you need to get some errands done, you need to cook some things. So write it all out. You're doing everything one at a time, that's great, but when you're doing one thing, you're thinking of the other things in your head and what time you need to do them. So brain dump, write out everything you need to do for the day, completely write it out, and then it's out there. You don't need to carry it in here. You want to have space for actually focusing on what you're doing, and if you keep having all the space in your brain thinking about what needs to be done in the future and what you're doing now and what you just did, you're just using up room. You don't need to use that. All right. So brain dump it out. Write it all out. And that will lead you to step number 7. Organize it. Once you brain dump it, organize it. From what you hate the most to what has an expiration date. So some things need to get done that day or need to get done before noon or by the hour. All right. So what you hate the most, expiration date, and then the rest. Prioritize it, obviously. Once everything has a place, you don't have to worry about what you're doing at 5 because you already know what you're gonna do at 5. You don't have to worry about when you should do it because you've written it down. So just focus on the hour at hand and that you already know what needs to be done. You don't have to keep reminding yourself because you wrote it down. When it gets to 5, you look at 5 and then you accomplish that. Then you look at 7. Don't think about any other times because when it comes to it and it's time to do it, then focus on it. You don't have to worry about remembering it because you wrote it down. AKA get a planner. We'll talk about organizing planners in another video. That'll be so exciting. Step number 8, structure and flow. So have structure on how you're going to do things, but flow just in case anything comes up. Studies have shown that the average person wastes about 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day. Adding it all together from when you wake up to when you go to sleep at night. Wasted time. Not time where, oh, I had to eat or I had to use the bathroom or I had to talk to this person. Wasted time that had nothing to do what actually needed to get done for the day. And get this, I know what you're thinking. Life happens, I'm reacting, I'm a parent, I'm a sister, I'm a teacher, I'm a manager, I'm a whatever. But the studies also said that these are 3 hours of self-imposed wasted time. So it wasn't things around, it was things that the individual imposed upon themselves as wasted time. Just saying, it's in the studies. So if you've been waving your procrastination flag, time to put it down. We're getting productive. And I used to be huge on like, whatever, I procrastinate, I work good under pressure, but really looking into it and researching it and really thinking about why do I feel this way, procrastination honestly is just a big adult temper tantrum. It's your adult way of saying, I know I should do it and I don't want to and I don't feel like it, so I'm gonna do something else. That's literally all it is. Step number 8 or step number 9. I don't know what number on. Step number 9. I can't count. And the next rule is take a break. All right, so you've been working hard. Sometimes you want to work 2-3 hours nonstop without using the bathroom, take a break or eating or anything. But you're draining yourself. You're running on empty fuel. I generally like to work out of about an hour, hour and a half max, and studies have proved this is right. I was right. I kind of like it when I'm right. So studies have shown 60 to 90 intervals of when you want to work consistently without a break, and then take at least a 10 to 15 minute break in between to use the bathroom, eat. Sometimes you're running off of empty fuel and you need to put food in your stomach. You need to drink some water. You're dehydrated. You need to exercise that creative flow and you're going at a standstill. It's like working out for hours and it's like, well, you're not really going anywhere. You need to take a break, come back tomorrow, rest those muscles. Same thing with being productive. You can do that for hours, but you still need to have those 15-minute breaks. Studies have shown you're not getting any more done. So just stop, just stop doing that. Stop doing that to yourself. You're not winning. You're not winning. And this also refers back to the rule of being a child again. Children, you wonder where they get all their energy from, why they're not tired. It's because they take breaks. They're in class, they're doing stuff, then they get recess. Then they go back. They're doing stuff, then they get recess. That's literally how we have to work as adults. Work and then take a little break. It is healthy. You're gonna last just like a little child. There goes my hand. Be able to outlast these children in these streets, okay? Recess. It's important. And the last rule of being productive is focus versus multitasking. When you mix those in the wrong areas, you're not gonna get anything done. There are times where you need to be focused and hone in on what you're doing, no distraction. And yes, there are gonna be times you need to multitask. For instance, if there's something you need to watch for school or whatever, but you also need to clean, that is a time to multitask. You can watch that and clean at the same time. Or if there's somebody you need to talk to, you just have to talk to on the phone. Can you put them on speakerphone while you're getting ready, doing your hair and makeup or something like that? Or that's times to multitask versus focusing. And when you read, you really can't multitask. You can't. Oh yeah, actually you can. You can go on a treadmill and read at the same time. Multitasking, you know? So try to be creative with that. Figure out what are you doing that you need to focus on and what you're doing that you need to multitask on. And actually I'm gonna end right there because in the next video, I really wanna hone in on and explain more about focus versus multitasking. It's gonna be good. I mean, multitasking be getting a bad rap. Everybody's like, focus, focus, focus. But multitasking is pretty awesome. But then focusing is also pretty awesome. We'll talk about it. We'll share our opinions. And I'm sure you'll let me know what you think. Speaking of letting me know what you think, comment down below on what rule you think is gonna be your ish, your jam, your thing that's gonna take you to another level of productivity. What rule did you like? Let me know in the comments below. And we're gonna get productive, no more wasting time. Let's do this. Until that next video, I got for you peace, love, and balance. I don't know what this is. This is weird. Go be productive. Get out of here. Stop wasting time. My videos aren't wasting time, are they?